How's it going, everyone? Rafa the Pickleball Tech Dude here, and we haven't talked paddles in a really long time. So today we have some catching up to do. I had a lot of stuff come in while I was on vacation, so today we're going to do a quick mail-in unboxing haul, a lot of things I haven't seen yet, talk a little bit about some stuff I have been playing with, and of course let you know what you're going to be seeing in reviews pretty soon. Just two housekeeping things really quick. My Paddles of the Year 2024 giveaway ends this Friday, and I'll announce the winners at the beginning of this week in Pickleball Tech episode 3. So if you haven't watched that video, make sure you go do so, comment the keyword, and subscribe so you can enter that. And secondly, my heart goes out to everybody impacted by the LA fires this past week. I want to do my part to help, so every dollar this video makes through YouTube monetization through the end of the month, I'm going to match that and then donate the full proceeds to relief efforts. Liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing the video all really help promote it in the YouTube algorithm, but the most important thing that you can do is just watch this video for as long as you have time for. So with all that out of the way, again, we have a lot of paddles to go through, so let's do this rapid fire style. First, let me address several major paddle drops coming in the next few weeks that you're not going to see today but are in the mail and on the way, and that's going to be the Carbon True Foams, the 11624 Huarache X's, Vapors, and Pegasi, the Selkirk 008s, the Franklin C45s, and lastly, the first pickleball paddle offering from Evora, which is currently tied in with the Dawson family and is the main paddle of Kyle Trenga at Dink Smash Media. Some TBDs are the newest offerings from Proton, Pro XR, and Adidas, so I'm still working on those and we'll see how fast I can get my hands on them. So the stack of stuff I've been playing with recently isn't a small one, but this is pretty much everything that I'm almost done testing and ready to type up my thoughts on. Okay, so first up here is the Banger from Enhanced Pickleball. Now these guys have a huge YouTube channel, and this is also their second paddle offering, which is an edgeless Gen 2 14mm. And while nobody's mastered the edgeless paddle the way Gearbox has, I feel like I had never hit a solid, usable, all-court edgeless paddle until I tried this one. But more thoughts on this coming Friday. And speaking of Gearbox, here I have their Pro Ultimate Power Elongated, which is supposed to replace their soon-to-be sunset Pro Power Elongated. And what's interesting about this is that there is a significant swing weight, power, and even sweet spot location difference with this one, and you'll find out more in my mini review coming later. Next, I've been trying the Mystic, which is the first paddle offering from 247 Athletic. What intrigued me about this was how awesome the paddle design is, and also the owner is completely charting his journey on Instagram, which has been really fun to watch. But from a performance perspective, I would say this is a very middle-of-the-road Gen 2 so far. Nothing really to complain about, but also nothing remarkable. I've also been revisiting the Bread and Butter Invader. Again, another badass looking paddle, which we can come to expect at this point from Bread and Butter. The main thing for me is that from a performance perspective, it's hard to see where it fits in the lineup. I feel like the strengths of it are already covered by other paddles that Bread and Butter has released, but more thoughts coming Friday. Penultimately, I have the Cryo and Pyro paddles from Speed Up Pickleball, both Kevlar 16mm, both 6-inch handles. And while long handle paddles tend to struggle in sweet spot, these actually feel pretty decent, firm across the face, plenty of room for the backhands, and the ball speed on overheads has been really nice with the super long handle. So they definitely have some weaknesses, especially the Pyro with its hybrid shape, but overall, these have performed pretty well, and it's actually a decided improvement over Speed Up's last release. And last of what I've been hitting recently is the new Pro Kenix Black Ace Della Rosa edition, and I just had to show off the bag first. This is what the paddle actually looks like. Shout out to my guys at Pickleball Central, by the way, for hooking me up with this. But I only have this 14mm version. It's the Della Rosa model. It has this cool sort of Vegas vibe going for it, and it is a decided improvement in terms of ball striking and shot placement from the previous models. I will say it does feel a little bit rigid at times, but it also takes advantage of some really cool tech with free-flowing tungsten beads to sort of manipulate the sweet spot. Okay, so that covers everything I've been playing with recently, so let's take a look at what's in these boxes behind me. Alright, well, first things first, looks like we got some stuff from Neonic. This is actually pretty sick. So what we've got here is a matte gold edgeguard version of one of my favorite wide bodies, the Flare Prime X. And we've also got the newest addition to the Flow lineup coming soon, the Flow Swift, which is in a purple PET weave. I don't think we've seen this color yet to my knowledge. And I mean, look how this looks in the light. I mean, this looks so sick. Neonic coming with another banger design. And I'm really excited to go out on the court with this Flow Swift. This boy is gritty too. I mean, just listen to this. Now we've got about 5 different paddles from Honolulu Pickleball Company. So let's see what these are. First thing I got here is the C2, which looks like an elongated head shape in comparison to the J2. It's raw carbon fiber, and if I remember correctly, this is under $90 with discount codes, so depending on how good this is, could be a really nice budget paddle recommendation. Next, we got the J2 Ti Gold version. So I hit with the original version. That is probably one of the better control paddles you can get right now in a hybrid shape, but having the gold weave is a really nice addition to the lineup. The only other gold PET weave paddle we've seen is the Neonic Flare, which is actually hanging right over there. And in a similar vein, we also got the J3 Ti, now in a blue PET weave. I haven't had a chance to hit this one yet, but I can feel that they've improved the grit on it already, so excited to see what this brings. Next, here's something I think a lot of people will be interested in. It's the Honolulu J2K X, which is just the J2K but with an extended handle. This is also a concept that's been used in other paddles. For example, the Mavericks Havoc 15 Pro X, which is another paddle I'll definitely be reviewing this year. They're essentially just re-released paddles with longer handles, so I'll be curious to see if either of them can maintain the positive characteristics I saw in the beginning, just with the longer handle. The last thing I've got here from Honolulu is the J4K and the J4K-C. Now, just looking at them, I can agree with what a lot of other people have said, which is that the design looks pretty silly. But I'm definitely a performance over design person, so if these end up performing like J3Ks but with wider sweet spots like they should, then I could potentially see these being popular wide body options if you can get past the frying pan shape. Next, this came from Ethos Pickleball, and I'm pretty sure I know what this is, but let's open it. Yep, so this right here is my first look at the Ethos Dunamis Pro. Now, I'm not a big fan of the fact that they stayed with the arete shape, but I do know that this paddle supposedly takes advantage of material that is common in ping pong paddles. So I'm always a fan of companies trying to go out there and use new tech, so I'll definitely be putting this through its paces. All right, well, let's finish paddles off with what I got from Chorus Pickleball. Right, so first here we're looking at Chorus's budget paddle, the Echo, which is being re-released in February in their 3 new shapes. Now, I'm not super hyped about this release just because I know they're Gen 1 or Gen 1.5. However, they are low priced, and right now, Chorus Pickleball was Best Company of 2024 as voted by you all for a reason, so you don't really want to count them out on anything at this point. And to finish off with paddles, I've got the Super Courts being re-released in their 3 new shapes at the end of this month. Now, while nobody was on the train like I was about the original release, what I can say about the re-release is they've been thermoformed. And during the creator demo event back during Nationals, these are some of the only paddles from a performance perspective that creators felt comfortable playing with stock, if that tells you anything about their performance. I'm really excited to get you guys more thoughts on these soon. Let's finish things off with some non-paddle related gear, starting with this Ethos Pickleball Pro Undergrip. What I can tell right off the bat is that this is a lot more flexible and stretchy than Hestakor, which is obviously the direct competitor here, so I'm interested to see if you can actually put this over the stock grip, and in general, I'm wondering how this will feel under my regular overgrips. Next, I have 2 lead alternative custom weighting products, starting with this copper tape from Katana Sports. Now, what I like about this is it's 144 inches, which is super cost effective. The only issue here, though, is that it's 0.2 grams per inch, which isn't super heavy, so you might have to use a lot of this to get the same effect as other products. And I also have the latest and greatest new product from the man himself, Braden Unsicker over at Pickleball Effect. These are pre-cut 2-inch tungsten strips that are 3 grams per strip. Now, while Braden does also have tape, what I like about these more is, of course, the convenience of having these be pre-cut, but also the fact that these are brandless, so you don't have to worry about mixing and matching with brands on your edge guard. Also, either him or Riley wrote me this really nice note in here as well, and I can only count on the fingers on one hand the number of products I've received that have come with a handwritten note to me. So clearly Braden is trying to buy a good review out of me, and I can tell you right now, that ain't gonna happen. Come this Friday, I'm gonna be brutally honest about both of these products. Now we're going to finish out the video with probably my favorite product that I pre-opened out of everything, and the number one product I was most excited to open, but I saved for this video. So my favorite thing that I opened, and something that I've used every single day since I opened them, are these new shoes from Winner's Edge Pickleball. I mean, these shoes are already worn by pros like Brooke Buckner and JW Johnson, and I can honestly see why. I mean, they're the only shoes that have even come close to, and at this point they actually have, replaced my head pickleball shoes that I've been wearing for several months. I mean, they come in really awesome colors, and they have extremely nice build quality for the price. Lastly, we've got this big old thing. I wonder who it's from. As I suspected, so what you're looking at here is the new Forward sling bag. Again, recall that Kitchen is rebranding to Forward in the future. This bag is obviously a lot more compact, so this is going to be a little bit more ideal for those training days or days when I'm just playing for fun, as opposed to carrying around 30,000 paddles for testing. But again, the build quality seems so nice, and the attention to detail is really there, same as we saw on the Court Caddy. So I'm really excited, and I will definitely get more thoughts on this as soon as possible. This is absolutely nuts. I am waiting at this point for somebody to call me a shill for Forward, because I use their Court Caddy already for everything, for pickleball, for work, for travel, etc. There's no better bag that's suited for that right now, despite the price tag. And at this point, there's really no close second. So if there's anybody watching in the bag space, Forward could really use some competition right now, because they're absolutely running away with it, in my opinion. All right, that's going to cover everything that I've gotten over the last couple of weeks. That was a lot of stuff, and there's more coming, so we're going to be getting out there early and often for testing. But listen, remember to like, subscribe, comment down below what you're really excited to see and what you want me to do full reviews on. And of course, make sure you share the video. Again, all proceeds and monetization from this video are going towards LA fire relief efforts. But with that, thank you all so much for sticking around, and I hope you all stay happy and healthy, and of course, out on the courts until the next video. Peace.